Now, he's in the command post. Weddel, who's one of the company commanders, these guys are out clearing the city, and he hears some commotion, comes back into one of the rooms, and Weddel's in there with one of the other officers, or one of the other officers there working on him. Back to the book. Brooks, sobbing, was carefully cutting away the officer's field jacket and shirt, exposing a wide, deep gash just below the shoulder. John's stomach turned over quickly when he saw the wound. The bone was shattered with sharp, splintered ends sticking through the bloody, pulpy mass of torn flesh. This is Weddel he's talking about. Weddel was damn near right. They had almost blowed his arm plumb off. The S3 moaned, closed his eyes as he leaned back to let Brooks do what he could with the nasty wound. But he pulled himself together in a moment or two and opened his eyes to look at the CO. So here he is. Weddel's just in agony, but he gets a grip. Then he looks at the CO, squeezes his eyes together hard, then looks at the CO and says, "I was just coming back to tell you," he ground out between clenched teeth, "that we have our side of the town all clear, with the men out on the edge when the artillery caught me in the middle of the street." He flinched, his face twisted in pain when the aide man who had taken over from Brooks inadvertently twisted his arm as he sprinkled sulfur powder into the wound. Then he went on, "Chadwick is back. Didn't know it until I saw him. Came just before we pulled out of the little road back up the hill. You can put him in command. He's good." He was gasping at the words now. "Major, can you get me out of here? I don't want to lose this arm." "Sure, boy. We'll get you out. Just try to relax now. Don't worry about it. Take it easy and we'll have you back to where they can fix it up in no time." Weddel leaned heavily on Brooks, who was still sobbing from the shock of seeing his captain so badly wounded. Weddel and Brooks had been together a long time, and Major knew the sergeant would be no good around the command post for a while, so he motioned him to go along and look after the wounded S3. So again, Major Johns realizes that somebody's at their capacity for handling the horrors of war and says, "Hey, you take this guy back to the aid station."